Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spinner Rack. I'm here with my boys, Cal and Petey, and today we're going to be looking at the trailer for Coming to America 2. They just dropped another one. Hey, is it going to be good? Is it something you're interested in? Amazon Prime Video is the one that's going to be having this new movie. Basically, everybody who has Amazon Prime should be able to see this. So hey, let's take a look at it. Tell me what you think. So, gentlemen, what's your take on this, guys?
It was fun.
Looks good. Looks fun. The last part was funny.
So I mean, it looks at the story is saying that coming back to America, you have where he somehow slept with someone other than his wife Sherry when he went to the United States. Because I mean, I don't know whether he came after he met her or before he met her. I assume before, and now he has a son. You know, that seems to be the premise. And of course, the daughter. I don't know if she's older or she's younger than her so-called brother. That she wants to be the queen. So what do you think that's going to happen? Do you think there's a lot of hijinks that could possibly happen there? Petey?
No, it looks funny. I like this one. It gave me some more insight. Maybe I should have. I feel like I should have still waited instead of watched it. But
Why?
The bits that I wanted to see, they explained the bit that, and I like the idea that when he was meeting all those girls, there was a few one-night stands in there where he did sow his roles. So I'm okay with that.
What about you, Kyle?
It just looks fun. It looks like, okay, there's some one. I don't think you could naturally see a sequel to Coming to America. That was a one and done movie. That was beginning, middle, end. So if they're going to revisit it, we got to have a whole bunch of hijinks in order to get that done. And then it looks like they invited almost the entire cast back, but it looks like they're going to make it work. So I'm interested in seeing it.
Yeah, me too. You know, especially, dude, they brought back Blade himself, baby. Wesley Snipes is in there. Well, I'm shocked. That kind of threw me for a loop. It's the general, whatever he is.
Yes, as the leader of the coup.
Huh?
He's the leader of the coup.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure about them sneaking in the whole agenda thing. Oh, you know, a woman can't be blah blah blah. I'm like, oh God, man. You didn't even have to do that. All you had to do was say, hey, look, you know, this dude is illegitimate. You didn't have to go that route. You could just say he doesn't need to be on the throne because one, he hasn't been here for 30 years. How does he get to be on here? He doesn't know the country. You could have went that route as opposed to the agenda, but that's the only criticism I have so far.
What's your take, Petey?
The initial thing of that was my issue of having the illegitimate kid, but then saying that, then when I started looking at it and saying, okay, this is something that happened beforehand. But I mean, it's just one of those things where it's so sort of, what was it, like the army overseas type of thing, where they just sort of they have their Brigatin moment. They don't care about spreading the seed, and then they just come home and don't think about anything. And it's like, oh, here's your kid. How did this happen? It's like isn't that how the three of the X-Men, they don't know how babies are made and that sort of thing. So these kids have it. So that's the kind of thing that was bothering me. But it still sort of says he had some more fun than just finding Lisa while he was in America. He did not just talk to them. He took some of those nutbag women into bed. So,
I mean, that's to me the biggest thing with this whole sequel. I kind of agree with Kyle where he says that, hey, you know, there was more happening than we initially thought. But, you know, the way they made that first movie, like you said, it's a one and done. They made it seem as though that's all he did. He wasn't dealing with anyone else. All those crazy women that we saw him date before he got to Lisa. And I'm like, you know.
If not him, definitely Semi. Semi looked like he was ready for just about every woman who came up there, with the exception of the transvestite.
You know what? That's what I'm saying. Probably turns out that it's Sammy's baby. You know, at the end run. That'd be crazy. Absolutely nuts.
That could be a twist in the movie that we find out, hey, that's really not his son.
So yeah, definitely. What do you say?
I said, you know, there's still stuff open that can happen in this. So, yeah, it looks like it's decent. And I'm glad. My biggest other issue was before when they pitched it as a loose idea. It was Akeem Semi as both divorcees going around and finding something for his son, finding a woman for his son. That was their like elevator pitch for it. And I was like, what about Lisa? Like that sort of thing. And at some point they realized it would be good to have the queen back in there and not have him as a divorcee. Like the immediate thing is like, well, let's just have it us two guys, where it's like, keep these characters in there because she was an important part of the story. And she wasn't just the, like the girl next door. She had a little more something to her. She had, the business thing. She already had a boyfriend. She was just in this thing where she kind of fell out of interest in the boyfriend and, kind of fell for Akeem. So just to sort of dissolve it, like, the way Karate Kid lost his girlfriend for the next movie to get another girl in there, I would totally not be with it. So I'm glad she's back. So that was my thing to get to the movie. So otherwise, I mean, I can't really see anything with the kid. I guess they picked someone that they liked. I can't really, connect with that, but hopefully his character will shine at some point. Obviously the daughter is going to shine. We'll see if he can kind of find his way in this cast of so many great actors. So
I like that little.
I think I'd be okay if they got rid of the wife.
Oh, that was one of the things people were saying, whether she was going to be in the movie or not. A lot of the people who were going to return, and I don't know why it was kept secret for a while, or at least it wasn't publicized. But I'm glad to see that they got a lot of the original cast back, and yeah, it looks as though it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know how the son works out. Some parts of the trailer were not as funny as I'd hoped, but it was generally pretty good. So I'm definitely going to watch it once again. So, do you have something to say, Petey?
No.
You want to start something now?
I saw something on my phone.
Well,
What?
okay. I said there was one pretty funny part, the part where he's like, this is not Wakanda, bro. Wakanda is fictional. Zamunda is real. So I thought that was hilarious. But that's what they're doing now. So Spinnerack, anything you guys want to say?
No, I'm good.
Hey, so subscribe, comment, Spinnerack.
Out.
Out.